I'd like to share something with you today, a dream that I had a couple years ago. I believe the Lord had some purpose and meaning in this dream. I struggled with it for a while, wondering what it meant. But then one day the Lord showed me and helped me to remember all of the dream. In fact, it's the story of a little ant. Now, the Bible has a few things to say about the ant, and it's mostly in the Old Testament where it says, "Consider her ways." And so you can read about that in Proverbs, I believe it is. But I want you to remember that an ant, is one of the most busy, least likely to be lazy creature on earth. Have you ever kicked over one of their ant hills, and immediately they go back to work. They don't sit around and mourn and complain and cry about it. They just get back to work quickly. Immediately they get back to work trying to rebuild it and to protect the eggs that they have. That's their job, to protect the eggs. And there are some who are just workers, but they never stop working. That should give us a good lesson there. But I think it has some emphasis in this dream because of the ant that I saw in this dream. And this is basically I've drawn on the board here what I saw in the dream. And I'm going to try to give you a little better close-up of this. But this is me. I'm not a very good artist. But I was walking along a little roadway, kind of out in the country, and I stumbled upon this great big ladybug. And the ladybug was just standing still. And I thought it would move away, but I thought the size of it was very unusual. I mean, it was like 2 foot in diameter every which way. And I looked down on that ladybug, and ladybug was staring up at me. I thought she was staring at me, but also there was a little ant on the back of this ladybug. The ant was just sitting there and wasn't doing a thing, but this ladybug kept looking up with great fear in her eyes. She was thinking, what is that ant going to do? And in your mind you might say, well, what damage could a little ant do to a big bug like that? So as I watched the little ant, he went over to one side of the top of the shell and he tore open a hole. And then he tore open another hole. So there was 2 layers to the top of this ant shell, or this shell of the ladybug. And when the little ant tore open the second layer, you could see thousands of little creatures inside just running around, and they looked like, real small bugs and ants and things like that. They were all running around, but soon as the ant uncovered the second layer and you could see them running around, they stopped and they looked up. They froze with fear in their eyes, wondering, what is this little ant going to do? And so I watched a little bit and I kind of felt sorry for the bug, and I reached down and I picked up the ant between my finger and my thumb, and I didn't say anything to it, but the ant turned to me and looked at me, and it had an unusual face and kind of looked like this. The ant had glasses on, and the ant spoke to me and said, "Trust me. Just put me in there. Let me do my job." And so I said, well, okay. So I dropped the little ant inside the hole where he had created. The big bug started shaking from fear, and all the little creatures inside started shaking and running around against each other, and they started shaking so bad that pretty soon they just fell dead. They just went dead. The big bug it died. And the little ant, he did it. He just jumped in there and started doing his job. And there were two other creatures that were being controlled by this big ladybug. And they were, they were in the kind of in the darkness, and I'd get a really good image of them. But they, this is just a little drawing of what I saw. And they died too. They shook to death when the ladybug shook to death. And I thought, what is the meaning of this dream? And that's all there was to the dream. But I noticed that this ant, had glasses on, had the face of a man. And I struggled with that for several months, and I kept wondering, well, Lord, what does that mean? Who is this little ant? He's obviously a person. And then one day I noticed that President Trump, he nominated and he appointed a new Attorney General. And his name was Bill Barr. And this is the face in that dream of Bill Barr. When he did that, when the president did that, I thought of this dream, and I thought, that's who that little ant is. That ant is Bill Barr, the Attorney General. And he is going to town. He is out to get the big bug and all that it controls. He's out to bring justice. Come on now. This was just a dream. I know that it was a crazy dream, and why I had it, I do not know. But I felt there was some significance in this dream. And, we have a great president. We have a great Attorney General. He's doing his job. And that's what that ant said. Just put me in there. Just let me do my job. Just trust me. I don't know exactly what you would interpret this or what you can get out of this, but that's what I dreamed, and that's what I saw. And thank you for watching. You can get something out of this, but we do need to pray for our president. We do need to pray for our leaders of this country. We do need to pray for our judges and those who are in the justice system. We need to pray that honesty will prevail. And pray for our country, because our country needs prayer. Our country needs saving. Amen? Our country needs to come back to God. And the little ant is going to help. You've got to have justice. You got to have justice before you can accomplish anything. You can't just let people get by with everything. Hello? All right. Thank you for watching. This is Brother Waters, and I hope you have a great one. Amen.